think I got some rubber bands here. Hold on. I was trying to do too much at one time. Let me just go over here and see what's going on with all these dang on copyrights in on this channel. I'll put the rubber bands right here. Let me just see what's going on. Hold on. Let me see. What's the issue? What happened? Oh. Okay. That was Tommy G. When it was at the beach, the BBL thing, he had music playing. I wasn't even. Again, it's a lot of sclav. It's loading. I know. It's just like, when I tell you, this is the day that I'm having. I bought some rubber bands just to like get it out of my face. Could have been Love Records. There was probably somebody singing a song. You know how that goes. You can't sing or hum. That was one. And then, what's this one? He had music playing in his video, Truth for Reality. At the end, I had logged in and I'm like, what is going? That's the best I can do. Stay dropping the top. I just had to come and check and see what was going on. With all these copyrights. Let me get the green screen. I'm trying to get it together. I promise you I am. I'm missing a green screen, now that I think about it. It was one that I had ended up throwing in the trash. Is it down here? It's not. That was because I had spelled subscribe wrong. Let me go ahead and airdrop it to myself. I don't think I'm going to be able to add it. Hold on. I might. Let me just check and see real quick. I was making these backdrops. And, yeah. You know how you have to add your picture before you go live, or else you can't go back to your... But, anyway, Kevin dropped today. And so, he's already up. I don't even know why I'm talking. He is here, armed and ready.
Just 2 days before his 55th birthday, Leroy Fowler fell dangerously ill.
Leroy? They don't make them like that no more. They don't make them like them Leroys. You hear me? Child, they don't make them like them Leroys. Leroy, though, is... Leroy is crazy. Like, grown man, though. You know. Gotta give it to him now. There's definitely grown man-ish going on, but dang. Let me do a mic check real quick. Okay, just making sure that we got the mic check going. I don't want to have no audio issues or anything like that. Alright. Come on, get back to Leroy 2 days before his 55th.
His symptoms had been on and off for weeks.
Ooh, I hope it ain't that antifreeze. Does it sound like that antifreeze before we get to the end? Because the description, if we wanna take a peek, the description says man with 2 girlfriends fatally poisoned. And he 31,000 now. 4 hours ago. Hey. Um, does it sound like antifreeze? We don't want to jump the gun here, but you know how that antifreeze it'll take a few days to kick in.
It did not seem to align with any condition that he could pinpoint.
Oh, that sounds like that good old antifreeze. But we won't know till we get to the end.
And by mid-November 2022, they were only worsening.
Oh, no, and they recording them too, look.
On the morning of November 11th, the bizarre symptoms came to a head. Leroy was incoherent and unable to stand.
Who recorded him like that with the camera? That was a psychopath recording him. Tell me that is antifreeze without telling me that is antifreeze. I just know I done been down that antifreeze lane several times. But we're gonna see. I don't know. I'm assuming it's the recording for me, with no saying nothing in the back, real ominous. Who is this psychopath with the camera recording over there with the camera like this? Who is that?
His long-term girlfriend, Judy, called for an ambulance.
Finally.
While he received treatment, an investigation was launched,
immediately,
and investigators began to untangle
who is that in that Powerade?
The many complications of Leroy Fowler's love life.
Done everything for that man in the name of love. Everything. To want him dead? Yeah. No.
She ain't said that too convincing for me. It's the hands in the pocket. It's this little snarky attitude. All that side eyeing. I don't believe it, ma'am. I'm not convinced.
Hi there, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case is about a love triangle, but there's not much love in this story. What there is in abundance are secrets, jealousy, rage, and the kind of nasty language you would not expect to hear from a retired school teacher. Let's take a look.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Before we get started, I just wanted to say happy Sunday. It's hashtag no negative energy Sunday, and it's hashtag self-care Sunday. I don't know what you do on Sundays. I have no idea. You know, that's obviously going to be between you and your business. But for me, if Kevin drops on YouTube, you will typically find me over here trying to figure out what's going on with Kevin. It's just one of those things. It's just, maybe we should have a True Crime Sunday hashtag at this point.
At 2 minutes past 8 on the morning of November 11th, 2022, emergency services in Salisbury, Massachusetts received a call from
Salisbury, Massachusetts. I got a package yesterday. Yesterday, Saturday. I got to go look up the name. Let me go look it up, because I ain't going to let it go. It was from Chewy. You know, when you have a pet. baby turtles. I had ordered my baby turtles some more heat lights. It's one of those things that you just don't want to go out and then you have to wait to like reorder and stuff like that. It's this city called Couchville Pike. And I just so happen to look, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not looking it up thinking that it's not a real thing. It's just the simple fact that Couchville is crazy. She got some nice little homes. Seems like a nice little area to retire and settle down in. It was that name, Couchville.
Woman at her home on Central Avenue. Her longtime boyfriend was ill and unable to stand.
Yes, when we Central Ave, we need an ambulance.
Why is she trying to talk so perky and proper? Yes, we need an ambulance. Why are you trying to talk? She don't sound like it's an emergency.
I don't know. My boyfriend must have ingested something.
Must have ingested. Look at the wording that she's using. Must have ingested something.
He can't stand, and I can't help him. And he's talked to them about trying to stand. Now his nose is bleeding, and he told me to call the ambulance.
Why did he have to tell you to call the ambulance?
The address on Central Avenue contained more than one apartment.
Okay.
The caller, 64-year-old Judy Church, and her partner, Leroy Fowler, lived on the upper floor, accessible via a set of stairs on the side of the building. Judy's adult son lived in a unit on the lower level.
Oh.
It isn't up the ramp, which I would assume is this one. Can you call back, maybe I answered those?
Look, now you ain't
When firefighters and EMS arrived, no one answered the door. Uncertain of the unit the call originated, they lingered outside of the building.
Look at her.
Someone there? We're operation.
When they made their way inside, responders found the home cluttered and dirty. Through the messy kitchen, they found 55-year-old Leroy Fowler in a bedroom. He was conscious, but appeared unable to communicate clearly. Judy repeated the same assumption that she had stated to 911 dispatch. Leroy must have ingested something.
Why she keep using that word ingested? Ingested. Ma'am. And then she said, I don't know how he got it. What is she?
When's the last time you saw him, like, normal? Yesterday. Last night. So today, you guys woke up,
And she just left. Yesterday, last night.
I know he did not have any drugs.
even like marijuana or anything like that? Anything? Gummies, stuff like that?
No. This looks like birth.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Okay, so now you diagnosing perks. Oh, this look like perks. This, okay.
Yes, I've seen this because
Okay.
Judy told responders that she had experienced a similar episode with Leroy before, when he took Perks, short for Percocet, a prescription drug that contains both oxycodone and acetaminophen. It is taken to treat moderate to severe pain. It is highly addictive.
What?
In addition, she explained that her boyfriend has a pacemaker and smokes too much.
Ooh.
He was talking
we just that and call the ambulance.
so you have to call the ambulance? Relax, Leroy, we got you. Sit back. Relax. Sit back, big guy.
He can hear her ass lying in the background. And he trying so hard to pick something up off the floor and throw it at her ass. At least give a hint. He know what's going on at this point. Because remember, We don't know what it is. We don't, not yet. But remember, poisoning takes some time. Clusterfuck.
He's like combative. Just, I don't know if he's like a seizure or something, but.
He ain't being combative. He's just trying to tell you what's going on, but he can't verbalize it. He's trying to tell you it's her.
Some rearranging, a pathway through the clutter was cleared, enabling a stretcher to reach Leroy, who was safely removed from the house.
Look at him. Oh, yeah.
He was transported to Anna Jacques Hospital in Newburyport.
Anna Jacques.
Over the following hours, Leroy's condition worsened.
Of course.
Physically, he was declining rapidly, and doctors were unable to identify the cause. Mentally, Leroy was also displaying signs of reduced capacity. Just as the first responders noted inside the house, medical personnel at the hospital found him incoherent, unable to respond to basic commands, and thrashing around on the stretcher. As he worsened, Leroy was transported to Mount Auburn Hospital in Cambridge. There, doctors began to pinpoint a cause for his illness. They detected the presence of ethylene glycol. Leroy's symptoms could be explained by antifreeze poisoning.
Did we not call it? Did we not call it? Did we not say that it was antifreeze? Booyah! We knew it. We already knew it. It's something that drink, they say you can drink it and you can't taste it because it has like this sweet taste to it. We knew it was antifreeze. We called it from the get-go. We've seen these symptoms before. There's a special reserved place for people who do that with that antifreeze. It's a VIP. We got VIP for y'all.
Investigators from the state police paid a visit to his girlfriend,
Let's go.
Judy Church.
Look at her ass. What she got? What's she carrying? Where's she going?
They began by asking her about Leroy, his routine, habits, and how he was behaving in the hours before she placed the call to 911.
With her line.
So, just so you know, we have body cams. I don't know. So, it's fine. It's recording. Is this comfortable for you? It's not good? Okay. I'll let you go. Just because Leroy's in critical condition, we want to just follow up and just kind of find out what happened.
The state police spoke with Judy outside. She insisted the interior of the house was too dirty for them to enter. After delivering a pizza to her son, Douglas, he too joined them on the sidewalk. She believed that Leroy had not eaten or drank anything unusual before falling ill the morning before. However, she admitted that Leroy was known to take Percocet and occasionally snort cocaine. The couple had been together for roughly a decade and shared their home in Salisbury for nearly as long. Leroy had his own space to spend time. Judy called it the back room, where responders had first entered the house. She did not know if he kept any supply of drugs in the house, though if he had ingested something, as she assumed, there must be a stash somewhere. That morning, Leroy had been awake in the back room. She heard him open and close the refrigerator to retrieve a soda. They spoke briefly around 4:30 a.m. At around 6, he came into the bedroom.
He comes into the bedroom. He falls asleep out in the bedroom. And then, we had some relations between the two of us, We're not going to say it on camera. And it was fine.
That was like 6 a.m.
Yeah. And then, but he told me, he says, I fell like 3 times, I can't walk. And he said, he had to go back, and I said, let me help you. But he was legless.
It was that also around 6 a.m.?
No, it's about 7.
Not 7. I was like this.
All right.
Anyways, I was trying to get him back into bed. He did. He got back into the bed. He's like, really bad. And I'm like, okay, let me help you. Boom, he falls, our bed's like this high off the ground. Boom, fell right out, look how he's been. Every time I got him close to even getting a hand up on the bed, he'd turn. And, you know, and it'd be like, oh, here we go. And so he bounced around the room, and I was like, do I need to call the ambulance? And that was maybe 7:30. I tried to get him to say my name, you know, talk to me, can you hear what I'm saying? And he really had no words, but he did say call the ambulance.
It was not clear to Judy what kind of substance her boyfriend had taken, she said. He was known to sometimes leave for days at a time.
He does, he leaves for days.
Yeah, he'll leave for days.
Yeah, he's not always here, let's put it that way. He's not always here.
That's the party. Like going on like a vendor type situation.
Yeah, he's got another, you know. He loves me.
I have people in my life like that. I know maybe the people that you care about who go off on vendors and it's almost like two different
But what she meant was he got another chick on the side that I found out about.
personalities.
Judy described her boyfriend's behavior as work hard, play hard. Except Leroy was not in regular work. Years earlier, sometime around 2016 or 2017, he developed a series of health problems and fell back on Social Security and disability payments. Since then, he had taken on odd jobs, but had not worked consistently. Around the same time, Leroy was also developing something else, a second, romantic relationship.
How long has he lived here with you? I was under the impression he didn't live here.
10 years.
So he's lived here
Make sure I wipe it out.
with you. So he doesn't just come over and visit. Oh,
I got another
This is
paper
his
towel.
home.
I must have misheard. I thought that you're his girlfriend.
Who did you hear from?
When I was talking to my lieutenant who called before I came up, so it's kind of like a third party thing, they were dispatching me.
Right.
They were like, yeah, I guess he was visiting his girlfriend. So I thought he was visiting you, so he didn't live here.
Yeah, I'm not the visitor.
Okay. No, he was visiting you, because I know this is your house, right?
I tried to.
I take what someone tells me, I write my report, I would have been, he doesn't live here, he visits from time to time to see his girlfriends, that's what I thought. But now,
Whether the state investigator had genuinely confused Judy's status as the live-in girlfriend with his other, occasional girlfriend is not clear, though any confusion sorting Leroy's personal life was understandable.
I do need to go
Looking
get
for
my
something
wipe
that
it.
doesn't compromise on quality, completely portable, and is super cost effective, the Sunlight Solo system may be just what you need. First and foremost, it has the same number of heaters as our 2-person cabinet unit, and it has no electrical requirement whatsoever, meaning you can plug it in just like you would a hairdryer. On top of that, adding on the Solo Rise as part of your purchase gets you a table that's specifically form-fitted for the Solo system and a stereo as well, so you can listen to music while you relax in your oasis. Click Learn More to get sauna pricing.
Welcome to the Google Career Certificate, focused on cybersecurity. Throughout this program, you'll gain hands-on practice with detecting and responding to attacks, protecting networks, and writing code to automate tasks.
The Google Cybersecurity Certificate teaches you how to use the Linux operating system, program with Python, how to recognize different attacks. I had no IT background. Here I am now working full-time as a security analyst. I get to do this every day, and I love what I do.
When Judy Church and Leroy Fowler began their relationship in 2012, she was 54 years old and married to a man named Rusty, with whom she had her son, Douglas. Leroy, a motorcycle-riding, fun-loving 45-year-old, had come to live as a boarder in the home she shared with her husband. While Leroy also had a son with a long-term partner named Julie and was a stepfather figure to her children, they had never married. Leroy worked primarily in construction jobs, at one time owning and operating his own home improvement and roofing business. Despite their romantic entanglements and age difference, the two fell for each other and began a secret affair. After Rusty discovered the betrayal, Judy left with Leroy and set up a new life at the house on Central Avenue. They lived comfortably off of Judy's salary as a grade school teacher. She owned the house in Salisbury, purchased Leroy a truck, not one, but 2 motorcycles, and more recently, a trailer home in Florida. They had been making plans to move south in the days and weeks before he fell ill. Of course, if the move was intended to be permanent, Leroy would need to break off his ongoing romance with his second girlfriend, a woman named Barbara Randall. Leroy's romance with Barb was no secret. The two had been involved for roughly 6 years. Barb and Judy did not know each other, but they knew of each other, and neither was happy about the arrangement. Barbara referred to Judy unaffectionately as Grandma because she believed she looked like one. Judy, in turn, referred to Barb harshly and repeatedly as a cunt. After years of bouncing back and forth between the two women, each of them had reason to be angry with Leroy. Both the same motive for murder.
I'm confused. How does that justify murder? Please explain to me, how does that justify murder? He's seeing you, he's seeing her. Y'all don't know each other, allegedly, but y'all know of each other. Whatever the fuck that means.
On the evening of November 13th, 2 days following the 911 call, Leroy was removed from life support and passed away. Doctors believed his kidneys and other organs had been irreparably damaged by ethylene glycol poisoning. Judy spoke with detectives the following day at the station. They began with an assurance that she was not under arrest and would be walking out the door when they were finished speaking. Despite the reading of Miranda rights, the tone of the conversation was casual.
I'll probably end up just propping it here. It's easier than wearing it. I can get in the way.
Okay. I'm scared.
Nothing to be scared about. Like you said. No, you're absolutely not under arrest, okay?
Judy reiterated the same series of events as she had initially outlined in her driveway 2 days before. Now, however, were added details of Leroy's recent visit to see Barbara. He returned with Percocet, she said. She knew nothing about drugs. That was Barb's domain.
And he told me that he had to go over to the, well, we call it the CUNT. And he realized she had taken his disability money goes on like a prepaid card each month.
Who are you talking about?
Barbara.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Barbara. Okay. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Yeah, I lived with it.
Yeah.
How much I love that man.
Dynamic been going on where Barbara's been in the picture as well as you. I understand that would be challenging to say the least. Has it been like a year or?
No, longer. Since 2016.
Okay, it's like 6 years. Okay, that's been. But prior, because how long were you with Leroy for? In like a dating relationship?
2012.
So 10 years. So would you say you had the first 4 years of your relationship was pretty, like just, I guess you and him? Okay, and then all of a sudden, 2006.
He meets up with this woman and she hooked him on the perks.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
On the morning.
I'm so glad that they know that it was antifreeze, because I'm so sick of her saying perks. I am just so glad that we know how he died and what he died of, because she blowing me with this Percocet thing. She just gonna milk it to the end.
That he fell ill, Leroy came to the bedroom.
Now, let me tell you something. I've been on ginger chews. I've been on Brock. Lifesavers, who is it? wintergreen, somebody. Ricola. And then we got the Altoids, cinnamon and peppermint. Double burn. I told you I was just so, what they call it, under the weather. That's what it was. And I took a shot of coconut oil earlier. But, and then this is probably the only thing that you're going to find with a little ginger in it. And it's $4.29 for one.
Claiming to have fallen over 3 times, he needed assistance to use the bathroom. In spite of these stated difficulties, Judy said they were intimate and later lay in bed talking.
After that, he said to me, I'm gonna die.
Look.
You know that, don't you?
Look.
And I told him, stop. You know,
Look.
that's what he usually says to me, stop. If I ask questions about where he's gonna stop. So he stopped, so he used to back at me. And
By this point, Judy had suggested several theories to detectives to explain her boyfriend's illness. Aside from the drugs she claimed Barb gave him, Judy and her son, Douglas, had suggested that carbon monoxide poisoning could be at fault. If not carbon monoxide, perhaps he was exposed to rat feces under the house. She had heard that that could be lethal. Eventually, Judy came to learn that there was no sign of Percocet in Leroy's system, which finally put an end to that theory. Detectives decided to reveal to Judy the foreign substance that preliminary results had found.
Let's go.
We have preliminary results of what that toxin could be.
Let's go.
And antifreeze was detected in his system.
Look at her face.
So that's what the preliminary results are.
Ooh.
We need to wait till the official lab results come back. But we talked to the doctor. That's what is preliminarily determined to be in his blood.
Look at her face.
I'm trying to figure out how.
She can't even fake it. She can't even fake it.
Could have gotten in his blood.
Look.
I don't even know if we had antifreeze at the house.
I don't even know if we had antifreeze at the house. That's your first? That's the first thing that popped into your head? Okay. I don't even know if we had.
Okay. Kind of now me telling you you don't see him doing that.
No, not ever. He kind of likes himself, he's a private man. He's a proud man.
Yeah.
Likes his world to be his own world, and just knowing that about him, it would be just total opposite
of what he would do. To just do something like that.
Right.
Who the hell is just voluntarily walking around drinking antifreeze? Ma'am. I don't even know why he would even try to indulge in that type of a conversation. Like, oh yeah, he just tried it.
But then he said to me, I'm going to die.
While the
Does he know that you had poisoned him, man?
Was taking place, so too was a search of the home Judy and Leroy shared on Central Avenue.
Let's go.
Curiously, the undeniably dirty home contained countless bottles of household cleaners. There were detergents, spray bottles, and other liquids on countertops and under cabinets. Officers also found a large jug of Rain-X on the kitchen counter. It was a quarter full of the bright orange product. With the knowledge that Leroy had consumed ethylene glycol, commonly found in antifreeze, this discovery was of particular significance. Leroy was known to enjoy very sweet, sugary drinks, the perfect disguise for the naturally sweet taste of the poison that killed him. Next to his bed in the back room were 2 opened cans of Fanta, an orange soda that Judy recalled him drinking that morning. With the number of empty cans located throughout the house, these seemed the most likely mode of delivering the poison. One of these cans was taken from the back room, as well as the Rain-X bottle, for testing. So was a third bottle, this one more suspicious. A nearly empty fruit punch flavored Powerade. Family reported that this drink was one of Leroy's favorites. Other fruit punch bottles found in and around the house confirmed that the fruity liquid was red in color. Yet, in this one bottle, the fluid left in the bottom was a distinctly bright, almost fluorescent orange.
I'm just trying to piece it together. If the test results do come back that it is antifreeze, is there any enemies of Leroy? Anyone that you could see doing this? Anyone that would have the ability to do it?
Look at her thinking. Look at her thinking. Look at her ass thinking. Look, she can't think of nobody.
Because Barbara, she's batshit crazy.
Okay.
But not psycho.
You have like the motive or drive to do that? Like,
because he leaves, he comes back to me. He always comes home to me. I don't talk to her. I don't want to see her. I don't want to bump into her. She's just evil incarnate. And I'm not just saying that because I hate her. I know there's all kinds of drugs being sold in and out of that house.
I know you love Leroy. So did she love him, or was she just kind of he was a side piece to her, and you could see me?
No, I think she loved him too.
Okay.
If evil can love him.
What did she think about Florida? Did Leroy talk about her?
She just
you guys are going to be moving down there.
Yeah.
But did he ever talk about her in regards to Florida? I want to see her again. I don't care. He would say things like that to me. I got to get out of here. He kept saying, I got to get out of here.
On paper, Barb had the same motive for murder as Judy. Indeed, Barb would even confirm that Leroy had planned to leave her when the time came to move to Florida. He had chosen to be with Judy, after all. Yet, when the Fowler family, sister Tammy, son Leroy Jr., and stepson Michael were asked the same question about Leroy's potential enemies, they did not point the finger at Barbara.
Right.
They believed that Judy could have been mixing poison into Leroy's morning milkshakes.
Could have been.
Is there any reason why Leroy's family would say that you were poisoning him?
I said that to Tammy the other day. Just the other day. And that's why they got it in their head. It was a joke between Leroy and I. Okay. He's always saying...
Who the hell joking about poisoning somebody? Who's joking about it? Where's the kiki?
They know how much I love them.
Yep. So love. I'm not falling for it. But continue, my love, so I can finish.
I don't know why Leroy would say that.
The family.
The sister, Tammy, is also aware of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You going to jail. Well,
Judy freely offered the passcode to her cell phone for detectives to extract and look through her data.
Let's go.
She claimed not to know Leroy's password. Though once investigators began viewing what she had on her device, they quickly realized that at some point she had been accessing Leroy's files and making copies of them. On Judy's phone, there were photos and text message exchanges between Leroy and Barbara. She also took photos of those that Leroy had saved of the two of them together. A snapshot from 2020 showed the still image of a short video file. Leroy down on bended knee and Barbara sitting in front, smiling widely. The video was of one of the two instances when Leroy had proposed marriage to Barb.
Not two instances. You had to
also
do it twice.
On her phone were 13 videos, all taken on the morning of November 11th, before she placed the call to 911.
Told you.
The first was saved at 7:29 a.m., about a half an hour before she reached out for emergency services, and right after she told detectives they had been making love.
Right.
Judy was instead recording Leroy, her voice occasionally coming through, taunting him as he tried and failed to stand.
Bingo.
You having fun?
When I'm styling a guest room, I'm really not just decorating the space. I'm preparing an experience. From the soft light pouring in through the skylights to the layers of textures on the bed, every detail in the room has one single purpose: to make our guests feel at home. And that's what good design should do. It should invite comfort. It should have a deep connection. And it should, at the end of the day, present a little bit of calm.
Man.
It's just like a very cool way to prototype extremely quickly. If I go here in Figma, I just have this design here that I pulled together. I can just take the link, I can copy a link to selection, and then I can go into Codex and I can just paste the link, use the Figma skill to implement the automations page in my app. It was like 90% of the way there.
But to see it, oh.
Test results on the items from the home returned a match to ethylene glycol, as anticipated.
Yeah, of course.
It was present in the orange liquid found in the bottom of the Powerade bottle, though it was not determined whether the Rain-X was the source of the poison. DNA testing on the bottle's mouthpiece confirmed both Leroy and Judy had been in contact with it. In Massachusetts, products containing the sweet-tasting poison are legally required to include a bittering agent to render the poison unpalatable. Testing was never performed on the orange liquid to determine if this bitter ingredient was present. Yet, Commonwealth prosecutors had a very strong case. Leroy loved sugary drinks. He was rumored to have lost some sense of taste after falling ill with COVID, and years of heavy smoking had likely wreaked havoc on his taste buds. Leroy Fowler was perhaps the perfect victim to poison. On December 22nd, 2022, Judy Church was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. The former schoolteacher was 67 years old when she went to trial in March 2026. Judy maintained her innocence of the murder, as well as her ignorance of how Leroy had managed to consume the poison that killed him.
It's a red Powerade fruit punch drink. It is known to be,
come on, Liam,
by family members who tell the police, this is Leroy's, one of his favorite drinks. This is one of his favorite drinks.
Sure.
And it's in a clear plastic bottle. And in the bottom of it is not something that doesn't look right. In the bottom of it is something that's bright orange, a bright orange liquid. Antifreeze and other things that use ethylene glycol have to have a bittering agent in it to alert people, right? So there's not an accidental consumption or something like that.
Sure.
Doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to chug it down if you were determined, but you would be alerted to its presence. They don't test for it, ever, even now. But the defense does. We hire a lab and say, hey, we're going to test for this bittering agent. Was it in there? And they do the testing, and they find, yes, it was. The bittering agent was in substance. The Judy Church is not a murderer. She's a lot of things. The daughter, sister, the mom,
look at Judge,
teacher,
look at
educator,
Judge. Look at Judge.
Ex-wife, girlfriend, bit of a fool. She's not a murderer.
In the weeks before his death, Leroy confided in multiple individuals about his health concerns. His search history showed confusion surrounding his symptoms and attempts to diagnose his illness, though he did notice that his condition would worsen when at home and improve when he left. Eventually, he told his stepson and another friend that he believed Judy was poisoning him. To his son, Leroy Jr., he said to look to Judy should anything happen to him. She claimed her boyfriend's statements about poison were nothing more than an ongoing joke between them. Leroy's cousin told the jury that he was present for an exchange in which this joke was made, but he did not believe that anyone was laughing.
At some point during your interactions with Mr. Fowler and Miss Church that day, did the subject of cheating on a partner or spouse come up?
Yes.
Okay. And what was Miss Church's comment about that sort of activity?
You okay?
She said, if he ever cheats on me, I will poison him.
Okay. All right.
And Leroy, according to a statement you made previously, Leroy was there and he laughed or smirked or smiled.
Correct.
In response,
he smirked
right?
and tipped his head off the side.
So, and you thought, this is just a joke these two are having, right?
The way it was said and the fact that I knew he had another girlfriend made me uneasy.
While traveling to Vermont for a 3-day building job, Leroy passed the time chatting with his coworker and stepson, Michael. Amongst the topics they covered was his relationship with Judy.
Now, during one of those drives, did Big Leroy tell you that he was sort of concerned about regarding his relationship with Judy?
Yeah, he said he thought she was poisoning him.
Okay. And do you remember what time frame that was in relation to his death? So he died on November 13th, 2022. Do you remember about when that was in relation to the
maybe October.
Okay.
He was just saying that he would feel dizzy, his stomach was bloated, diarrhea, throwing up. Just think that's about it.
Did he mention having a hard time breathing?
Yeah, he did say he was having a little bit of a hard time breathing.
The prosecution believed that Barbara Randall's relationship with Leroy was the key to understanding the case. It was the source of Judy's rage. Leroy Fowler Jr. told the jury that one of the ways Judy directed her jealousy was by using a voodoo doll. Formed out of an old sock, the doll's face was drawn in black marker. Written across the bottom was the name Barb. Leroy testified that Judy would place pins in the doll and throw it around the house. He also told the jury about one of the ways that Judy kept his father happy, by purchasing him things. Items included his new pickup truck and motorcycles. A second motorbike was gifted to him after she spotted Barb riding on the back of the first one.
She would buy him things.
What kind of things?
Material things.
Clothes, shoes, material things.
Does that include a truck?
Yes.
And did that seem to work?
Temporarily, maybe.
When Barbara took the stand, she reiterated much of what Leroy Jr. had said about his father. He was financially dependent on Judy, but he was happiest, it appeared, when he was with her. The 64-year-old former hairdresser and salon worker explained the history of her romance with Leroy Fowler.
How often would he stay at your house?
He'd stay a couple nights, then he'd go home.
Where was home?
At my house. Oh, his house? At Judy Church's.
Who was Judy Church?
His other girlfriend.
And you were aware of Miss Church being his other girlfriend from the time you started seeing him after he Facebook messaged
Not
you?
in the beginning, no.
How long after you started, when you reconnected with him, did you become aware of Miss Church?
Come on, Barbara.
I would say within 6 months.
Oh, dang.
And were you aware that he was going to Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
How did you feel about him going to Florida?
I told him to go, have a good time.
And why was that?
Because I was done with it. I didn't want the back and forth anymore. It was over to me.
And when you say over, how many times would you and Mr. Fowler be over and then get back together?
Numerous.
So when you would tell him it was over, was it ever really over?
No.
When Mr. Fowler would tell you it was over, was it ever really over?
No.
Who would always be the one to come back?
Him.
During the course of your relationship with Mr. Fowler, did he ever propose to you?
Yes.
How many times?
Twice.
Did you say yes?
I did the first time. The second time I must have said yes, but I don't really remember.
And then is it fair to say that after you said yes, the relationship went off again?
Probably obviously, after that.
It was obvious that there was no love lost between Barbara Randall and Judy Church.
Right.
Though where Judy's distaste manifested in voodoo dolls, vulgar language, and seething anger, Barb seemed more confident in Leroy's affections. Her behavior towards Judy was dismissive, catty, and just a bit patronizing.
Oh.
You started to refer to Judy as grandma, right?
Yes.
And that wasn't a compliment, right?
No.
That was meant to be insulting, right?
Yes.
And she referred to you as the C word. You learned that, right?
Yes.
And Leroy would tell you that that's what she referred to you as.
Yes.
Because you never talked to her in that era.
No.
And so it appeared to you that he was somewhat financially dependent on grandma, on Judy.
Yes.
So was the relationship that he lived with her for stability, and then whenever he got bored with her, he would come visit you for fun?
Yes.
All right.
The two women had very little contact with each other. In the summer of 2022, however, roughly 3 months before the murder, Judy began sending messages to Barb, urging her to leave Leroy. She said that she was done with him and wrote, "Believe me when I say he tells horrid things about you too. He's playing both of us with lies upon lies. And he's a coward, plain and simple, and it's time we both toss him out." Barb never replied to any of Judy's messages. But as she ignored Judy's existence, she also compelled Leroy to erase Judy as well. The day before he proposed marriage to Barb, he had a tattoo with the name Judy across his chest removed. When he died 2 years later, Judy still had hers.
You were aware at some point when you were dating Leroy that he had a tattoo of the word Judy on his heart, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you made him remove that tattoo.
Yes.
And in fact, he did remove the Judy tattoo, right?
Yes.
And you were aware through Leroy that Judy had a tattoo of Leroy on her side.
Yes.
And so you made him remove that tattoo as a condition of his marriage proposal to you, right?
No.
That you weren't going to marry somebody with another woman's name on his heart.
No.
And in fact, you don't remember it that way?
No.
And didn't you videotape that marriage proposal and he shows you that, look, I don't have Judy on my heart anymore?
Yes.
Okay.
He skipped over that. No. She was like, oh, no, that was a condition. When I tell you, my door used to be
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with...
It was my shoulder.
The strongest evidence of Judy Church's guilt was the bottle of Powerade, Leroy's favorite drink, red in color, filled instead with an orange liquid. It appeared to match the color of the Rain-X bottle located out of place in the kitchen.
Judy Church did not kill Leroy Fowler. Judy Church did not murder Leroy Fowler. There's somewhat of an absurdity in terms of the overreach. They have never, ever been able to tell you a source that they say of the ethylene glycol. You wonder, why do I have that up here? And that's introduced as evidence. And there's multiple pictures of another bottle of it. Because this is what they originally thought it was. This has no merit as evidence whatsoever in this case, except it was found in the kitchen of the house. None. It's not this. That's the type of distraction that's ongoing here. How about the puppet about Barbara? How many people have done something like that over the years, right? What does that signify? And did we even have a year for that? Was that 2018? And that meant in 2022, 4 years later, she would want to murder Leroy?
Judy was the only person with access to Leroy in the days and hours before his symptoms worsened. There was no reason to believe that he could have accidentally consumed the poison, nor that he would wish to do so intentionally. Then there were the videos, so callously taken over the period of a half an hour before calling for help. The Commonwealth closed their case the same way they had opened it, by reading Judy's own harsh and angry words, written to Leroy, the man she claimed had been her whole life. In her writing, she used her nickname for Barb generously.
If you see those two that live in the cottage, tell them I have words. You'll recognize those two because you're with one. I guessed it all, didn't I? You're just here and dragged me along to buy gas because you don't want to be with me in Florida. Like that morning in Florida, you baited me with that on the phone to say out loud that you don't want to be there. And when we left so abruptly, it's exactly what I said, that as soon as we got home, you'd leave. And you did just that, even though you promised otherwise. If you don't want to go back to Florida, just say so. If you and I are done, just say so. I'm not going to fork over another penny for you to me over ever again. Because I know that you'll just still drag that back with us. You keep complaining about the cold and you want to go home. I want to be in Florida. You only want to be in Florida or anywhere else with my money. Obviously, I am not the one you want to be with because you me over today too. They know how much she had to have hated Barbara Randall to use that word over and over and over again. She used it with her friends. She used it with Leroy. She used it with the police. The first time they show up at this house, at her house, not knowing a single thing about Leroy, not knowing a single thing about Judy Church, she says, oh yeah, she describes his other girlfriend as the video on Leroy's phone of him proposing to Barbara Randall, it must have been like a knife in the gut. God, she hated Barbara Randall. She hated her. She had the voodoo doll.
Look at the
face. Despite what Mr. Arkunis is not something that normal people do. That people normally do. It's just not. Leroy removed Judy's name, the tattoo that he had over his heart at Barbara Randall's urging. God, how painful did this have to be for Judy?
Jurors deliberated for approximately 8.5 hours before reaching a verdict.
That was a long time.
When they returned, Judy Church was found guilty of first-degree murder. Her crime was one of deliberate premeditation and extreme cruelty. The conviction carries an automatic life sentence without the possibility of parole. Though the Commonwealth argued that even if not dictated by law, this maximum sentence would be the only appropriate punishment.
Basically a heinous act of murder, one which saw Mr. Fowler linger for 2 days in increasingly dire medical distress to the point where he was finally declared brain dead and his family had to make that wrenching decision to terminate his intubation and let him pass. This church is fully deserving of the most serious sentence that can be imposed under the laws of our Commonwealth, and I therefore impose that sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Leroy's family has openly acknowledged that he was a far from perfect man. Though Leroy had many people who cared for him deeply. He is sorely missed by his sister Tammy, his 2 sons, many friends, and of course, his girlfriend, Barbara Randall.
Shout out to Barbara for getting on the stand.
And that was the tragic case of Leroy Fowler. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to welcome the newest members of our Sherlock Holmes membership, Jamie Foos and Isabad. It's great to have you both in the lounge. I'm Kevin. This is Just Thought Lounge, and I'll see you in the next one.
Let me find my seat. Can't go ahead and settle in. Gotta be selective. Doing all the research, keeping it objective. Always been effective. Can say he got a knack. Pick of the litter. You see how Newton got his back. Yeah, the content that you need is cooked.
I'll never be able to unsee that. I'll never be able to unsee that. Okay, well, while I'm here, I said something about Tokyo Tony had got angry about something. Okay, well, while I'm here, who knows what she got going on. Tony had got angry about something. Oh, whatever. I think he just be baiting her. Watch, look. Something about some clothes in the bed. He just be baiting her.
So,
Uh-oh.
what's up with this?
What?
What is that? Did look I wore a motherfucking nurse lingerie outfit in this bitch? Don't play with me. Like, why?
Let me see what that is.
You're really fucking disgusting. So, what's up with this?
What? What is that?
What?
Did look I wore a motherfucking nurse lingerie outfit in this bitch?
Hold on, Neville. Polo Neville. That's all I gotta say. Polo Neville. I don't know what's going on with Wolves and find out something about January 6th. Pipe bomber. I'm like, yeah. I really just came for Kevin, to be quite honest. All this extra scrolling. I'm like, yeah. Probably have to pass. What's going on here? I'm gonna have to pass. I'm just, it's Sunday. You gotta check out the little algorithm. Nothing really going on. It's Sunday. You see what I mean? That's why I'm like, I only came for Kevin. I ain't even trying to do too much on this Sunday. Because Candace will be back tomorrow, so alright, well, in the meantime, in between time, see you